So we are here at the AB InBev brewery of Beck Co in Bremen. And AB InBev is the world's leading brewer. We have 175 breweries around in the world. We are operating in more than 50 markets directly, and we have around 170,000 employees. We are brewing beers. The world's leading beers are our brands. You know the brands like Corona Extra, Stella Artois, Budweiser, Beck's, maybe Spaten or Löwenbräu.
EDF Renewables Storage is part of the EDF group. EDF is a French electricity supplier, and EDF Renewables builds PV plants, builds wind parks, and also has a lot of battery storage projects already. I'm part of the EDF Renewables Storage company in Germany.
So we are here in Bremen at the Beck Co Brewery, and Beck Co is around since 1873, so we are 150 years old this year. But the brewery site itself is far older, with Beck Brewery, for example, being close to 200 years old. And we are brewing brands like Beck's here and Beck. Those are Pilsners, and other beers we export, for example, to Italy and to other markets globally.
We have a very good relationship in Belgium between EDF and AB InBev. And a few years ago, our Belgian colleagues and the AB InBev Belgian colleagues reached out to our German team because they were looking for solutions how to decarbonize their German sites. And that's when we started to look at the sites, to analyze the electricity consumption, and to start thinking about this battery project.
We had the battery system installed by EDF because the electricity price in Germany is in part determined by the grid fee. And the grid fee is in height determined by the height of our energy usage peaks in the brewery. By cooling and heating processes, we create these peaks, and we want to shave them off. And this topic also has a sustainability angle. To make it possible that renewable electricity sources are integrated into the electricity net, you need to shave off these peaks because renewable electricity is not as flexible and cannot react to these usage peaks. So shaving these peaks off makes it far easier to integrate sustainable energy sources into the electricity grid.
So we installed a 20-feet container with 1.9 megawatt hours of battery system with 1.6 megawatt peak power to reduce the peaks inside the brewery. The battery system is integrated behind the grid connection point inside the brewery. We are tracking the power consumption of the ABI brewery all the time, and when we see that the consumption is reaching a defined level, we are feeding power out of the battery system into the grid of the brewery to reduce the consumption at the grid connection point.
We opted for an as-a-service solution because we are provided with energy as a service here. And this means that we don't have to engage in setting up the facilities, for example, or maintaining the facilities. This is all taken care of within the contractual obligations that EDF has towards us. And that's making this solution itself far easier to hold up, to maintain, than other solutions. That's the main advantage for us for battery as a service.
We offer battery storages for industrial companies, and we offer them as a service solution to take away as many worries, concerns that can come with a new technology as possible. Yeah, that means we take care of everything. We take care of sizing the battery, what size does it need to be, so that means we look at the electricity consumption of the brewery or of other companies. We look at the space, where can we put a battery, all the analysis that need to be done. We do them even before a project really starts, before the contract starts, because that's the basis for everything.
First we did the permitting, then we created a foundation. We placed the components onto it, the 20-feet container, the inverter, the transformator. Then we connected all the cables, connected it to the system of the brewery.
And then, as soon as a contract starts, we take care of everything that needs to be done. We buy all the components, And by the way, the battery is always in our hands. We always own it, so that's why we of course also pay for the battery. And then we take care of the installation. And then of course the operation and maintenance is in our hand as well. We operate the battery, we always know when to charge, when to discharge. And if we want to bring the energy transition forward, we need to give tools into the hands of industrial companies. Yeah, and that's what we try to do with the battery, that's what we try to do with PV, and for all the other elements that you can put to it, to give them tools in their hands to be an active player and also a very positive player in the energy transition.
At InBev, we have committed ourselves to reducing our CO2 emissions by 25% from a 2017 base level until 2025. As a company, we have committed ourselves to net zero brewing across all of our value chain until 2040. On an operational level, we want to follow a strategy that we call reduce and replace. So we want to reduce all the energy intensive processes, especially thermal processes like heating and cooling. And when we have them reduced enough, we want to switch to electricity as an energy source. And we are sourcing all the electricity in Germany from renewable sources. So that's how we want to reduce our CO2 emissions in the brewing process.
Storage is a very critical, important part of the energy transition. Already in 2018, EDF announced the Plan Stockage. That's our storage strategy, where we say we want to invest 8 billion euros for the development of storage, and also where we set ourselves the target to install 10 gigawatt of additional storage around the world.
We are brewers, so we concentrate on what we do best. We can brew beers, and where we can get technology and knowledge in from service providers, we opt for doing so because it makes economical sense. We are specialized in brewing. We can do this best. And others can provide, for example, energy as in this case.